What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be doing our farewell to the Fortnite map. As you may know, it has been leaked that there will be a new map, and it is so many things that just kind of proved it, so I assume it will be an actual thing. And since tomorrow, I won't be able to witness the event, yeah. We're going to have this, and hopefully I can get a replay to go with that. But as of now, we are just going to be saying our farewell to the map, and even though it has been rough like this season has been, it has had so many good memories, and I'm going to be sad to see it go in a little bit because there's been so many great POIs, but yeah. I'll see you all in a second as we go and say goodbye to all the POIs. Alright guys, so I think, so we'll start off with Junction, and personally I think that it's a good place. It had a lot of chests if they all spawned. Though it's way too far from the circle for anyone to want to come do this in a normal match because there's so much running. But that would be kind of a good place to go for scrims. And I think this was an okay spot, but it was never really the best, just basically due to the fact of how far away it is. Yeah, that's junk in my opinion. I will probably miss this a little bit, but not really. The only thing I'll really miss is the boneyard sign there. I really like that. It's a dog. It's very epic. But yeah, on to Haunted Hills. Alright guys, we are moving on to Haunted Hills. So, in my opinion, this place is not very good. It just doesn't have a lot of loot. It doesn't have a... I mean, it looks kind of nice. I like the idea of just the old church and all, and that's kind of neat. And they have like the castle on top. That's not really haunted. But there's not really a great amount of things about it. I just kind of think it's okay. It could have been better, but it's not really my pick. Maybe some people liked it, but I never really preferred to come here. Moving on to Starry Suburbs. Starry Suburbs, basically, I think I like the idea of the stars coming down because this is one of the many rift zones. It was based off one of the older things that used to be here. The only difference from it was that it was now refurbished and it drops stars. Personally, I think this is a very nice place. It's definitely good because the stars keep falling out of the skies basically as long as you're here. I never had much time in here, besides one from the times when before this was even really a POI, when it was back like season 3 or something like that. But yeah, not much else really to say. I like how it looks, but yeah. Moving on to the next one. The block. I want to say this is one of the coolest ideas that Fortnite, I would say, brought. The ability to have so many different people put their own like little ideas into the Fortnite world. Like, because the first one, I think if I remember correctly, was a castle of some sort, and now we're all the way to something from Borderlands. And it's just been a big variety, and I think it was a very fun place. I love just how different it gets, like, for like a month or so or whatever. But I just really love the idea for it, and I hope they have something like this in the future. And yeah, on to the next POI. Alright guys, now we are on to Gotham City, which has gone through quite a few changes, I would say. It was originally tilted towers, and then it turned to neo-tilted after being blown up by the volcano. And then eventually became Tilted Town, and now it is Gotham City. And I would just want to say, I'm going to say that we all hated Tilted Towers at first. Let's be honest, everyone hated that. Oh, no one else went anywhere else. But nowadays, I don't know. You kind of miss it. You'll miss all these things. I miss Tilted. I think it was very nice. And this kind of brings back the vibes for it. I love Batman stuff, I think. I'm not as much a fan as my brother is, but I think it's very well done. I love that they was able to bring this crossover in. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about Tilted. And on to the next POI. Now on to Pleasant Park. One of the most well-known POIs, I would say, and one of the least changed POIs as well. I think it's one of the best POIs, personally. You have it's kind of plain in some aspects. It's just like a little, just a little area. But it's just, I think it was very nice. It's one of the more popular places, I'm sure you know. I loved basically coming here just with the guys and just having fun here with the, very well-known doghouse. And yeah, I really loved this POI. Sad to see this one go, but yeah. Moving on to the next POI. Loot Lake. This was one of the just most well-known places. it was the cause of so many different things that happen in this world. It's the reason that the rift zones are even allowed to be here. We've had a gigantic monster fight that led all the way over to here, where he'd grab something and just throw it all the way over there. It's just, this has been such a very well-known thing. It even brought us the Cube Island and all this stuff. It's just, this was a very well-known place. I loved it. The zero gravity is kind of a pain, but you know, we've got to deal with stuff. Gonna miss this place. It was super nice. I liked it. It was just, it changed so much over the 10 seasons, so yeah. I'll actually start at season 5 when it started changing, but you know, that's the point being, this is a very good spot, and I'll be sad to see this one go too. Greasy Grove, everybody. This is my favorite POI of all time. And you guys will probably think I'm just nostalgic for this, but for me, I guess it is kind of nostalgic, because this was the very first place I ever went to in game. Like, I would always had the first time I remember, every single time for like the first 5 matches, I went all the way to the basement, grabbed the chest, and got there. And even with this annoying taco time, it's still a very nice map. POI. I miss the old version, of course, because you know, I love the Durr Burger and now I'm taco time, because since it's a rift zone, that's what's happening. But yeah, I love this place to death. It's the best POI, just for the fact of nostalgia, I guess. But yeah, that's my opinion on Greasy Grove. I will be sad to see this go, because I was extremely sad when it was under ice before, so yeah, that's it really. Moving on to the next POI. On to Tsunami Shores. So in my opinion, I think this was very nice. I've known this, I've been to this quite a bit, especially in that one video I made a little bit ago. I liked it back when it wasn't the Viking place. It just, there was more to it, and also it was before the, you know, monster broke that. But I liked this place. It had it had so many chests in my opinion. Maybe it's less than I think, but it definitely has a place in my heart for that one challenge. But yeah, it's at least not into the place where it's super hard to run past your, I guess, as much as junk. I don't know why. I think this was easier to rotate than going through junk. Yeah, it was an okay spot, genuinely. Not many people went here, and yeah, that's my opinion on here. On to the next POI. Salty Springs. A very well-known drop for being basically the center of the, well, it is really the center of the map, a little bit off, but it known for being very sweaty and a very hot drop. You would always see people come here. I personally loved this house. It was like a little lesser used house, but had quite a good amount of spots to go. Yeah. Not much really else to say except for it was really sweaty. It was a really nice idea though. Like they had like a bunker base from season 4, and then they added some other little underground areas, and that was kind of fun because of the preparation. Like right before, it was either like before season 9 or like right after or something like that. And yeah, that's basically what it was. I like this POI. I miss it just because like on the days I was just feeling a little more aggressive, I usually prop by here. And on to the next POI, Shifty Chefs. I would say one of my very early drop places. I think this is probably one of my 2nd to 5th place I landed. That was not Greasy Grove. I think some of the things about it were kind of cool concept, like just the just being in the mining area. I thought that was it was a cool concept. Though sometimes it could have been kind of annoying, but I did like this POI, I think. Cause, I mean, also it is in basically the center of the map, so it was a good place to go. A good amount of loot, but yeah, it's not my favorite place to go, but I will miss it. I mean, I'm gonna miss all of these places. I keep saying like, oh, it's not gonna miss it too much. I mean, I'll miss this just because it's from all this whole time, just all the times we've been here, I've gone to every single one of these places. I just kind of formed some memories from it, but yeah. That's my thoughts on Shifty Chefs. On to the next POI. Happy Hamlet. I've originally heard a fun name about it called Happy Hamlet, which is very fun. It's a very weird place, in my opinion. There's so much loot, but it's kind of dispersed in so many weird, little areas, because you have all the houses are like everywhere, and you just kind of get lost if you don't come here like every single time you play the game. Yeah, it's very good. I tried doing this also in that one challenge that I did the same, like when I was trying to do the upgrade challenge. It was slipped my mind earlier in Snobby Shores, but it has a lot of loot. It's a very good spot, but it was not really my favorite just because of how dispersed the loot was. That was one that really killed me, and also it is just like Junction, very far away from the center. Yeah, on to the next POI. Frosty Flights, a very well-known location for going to scrim games, known for housing most of the planes at the time during Season 7. It's a very good spot still. A lot of people showed up when Tifu started going here a lot, which was fun to see. 7 different teams showed up. Yeah, it's I think this was a very good spot. I never really went here often personally, but I still think it was a good spot. So yeah, not much else to say, I think. On to the next POI. Polar Peak. In your current state, it's not a very good place. I liked the old castle. It was a lot better. I liked, because it what led up to, had the prisoner in there. It was just a very good time. But once the monster came and destroyed this whole part, it kind of lost some of its feel, I guess. It was decent at the time, but as of now in its current state, it is not a very good POI. It did have the Ice King, which was very cool. Not gonna miss this one too much. It was kind of okay, but well, I did see my first. I think it's during Season 7 was the first time I actually saw a in-game event, which was the making the whole place, zombies and snow. But yeah, that's what I have Polar Peak in my heart for. Fatal Fields. Honestly, a very well-known POI, of course. It was I liked how they eventually added the corn mazes and all. It's kind of it's very simple, just a little farm. It used to have basically like a sister location called Anarchy Acres, which, rest in peace. Yeah, this place hasn't really changed much except for the corn, really. That's really all this was to this place. I like this place a lot. It was kind of nice. We would sometimes go up here to, so where is it? Like right over there. I had so many memories. We would try to fortify that little area, and anytime it would stick it there, we would try to just hold out as long as we could. It was so much fun. That's something I remember. Yeah, that's my little summary on Battlefields. I like it. I'm sad to see this one go just because of all the memories I had. Yeah, on to the next POI. Lucky Landing. It was put into here around Season 3. I originally hated it because back in the day, I was a very passive player, and we had like this little bridge run, I called it, where we went from here. We had also run it here. It was here. There was like used to be like a little house area around here. There's a whole trail we had, and I used to do it with my friends all the time, and we just had a good time with it. But nowadays, since I'm not as passive as I used to be, I've started liking this area. It is also known for being where Sentinel's Booga comes to drop for his scrims, and he won the Fortnite World Cup because this was his place he always dropped. I'm messing all my words up, but yeah, that's the point. I liked it. It had a lot of chests. So usually we'd go for like the back house there, but in the end, a nice place. Never really landed here, of course. Cause all these ones are and they're on the edges. I never really landed to. Because some of these you could get, I guess you could get away with, like just for the fun of them, for being more popular, like Moisty Palms, which was Paradise Palms. But yeah, that's my opinion on Lucky Landing. It's just okay. On to the next POI. And now we have Dusty Depot, one of the very OG places. I would say, I'm not sure if it was in Season 1, I can't remember, but I know it was around when I first started playing. It was I think most people were up to a San Diego, even though when we had Dusty Divot, it had a lot more chests and more mats and everything. But for nostalgia reasons, people really liked this, and I can't say I disagree because it was like the very first place I went to in my first ever Fortnite video, which was something that's why it holds a place in my heart for this one. And this will be where they'll be having the rocket launch tomorrow, which again I won't be around to see, but you know that's just how it is. Yeah, I'll miss this place, and because I remember it was like right around like there-ish. I think we were here. I was hopping out of the container, and then we started the little fight against Dark Voyager. But yeah, on to the next POI. Pressure plant. A very cool idea. I love the fact that they just made this whole giant little area where you just kind of start floating around. Originally, this area was right where Wailing Woods and all that used to be. But due to Season 8, when they had the volcano, and then eventually when they came to Season 9, when it was the pressure plant, and then this place eventually is because of when they had the monster, was being told that was going to be coming around, so they made the giant mech to come fight here. Yeah, on to the next part. I really like this POI because it was very good for scrims. It had lots of mats for both metal and wood. Not, I think, a great amount for stone, but you can go around to find something because there was stuff all around the area. Yeah, it was a very good amount of chests, but it was really spread out, so that's one of the downsides to this. But besides that, very good POI. On to the next one. Sunny Steps. A cool concept. Just like my friend Swifty Boy had said from his video, but also just like him, I never really was hooked on this place. It was just kind of okay. Good amount of mats because you could get wood and stone around here. Good amount of chests, but like I said before, most of the outside places never really enjoyed them, except this place was except because it had pressure plants to go through. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Sunny Steps. On to the next one. Next we have Lazy Lagoon, a very well-known POI, of course. It was originally known to be around here was Anarchy Acres, then it was Lazy Links, and now, during Season 8 to up, it became Lazy Lagoon. Like I said, Anarchy Acres was like the sister location to Fatal Fields. Yeah, and then Lazy Links was kind of fun. It was a little like golf area, which was okay. It wasn't my favorite. I think this is probably one of the more exciting ones because at least we had a little bit of a change instead of having something similar or just something that was like kind of okay. Might be one of I think probably my favorite variant of this area. It had quite a lot of chests. I just love the pirate ship, really. I think that's the thing that really sells me out on this place, or sells me to this place. Not sell that, yeah. Yeah, that's what I love about this place. On to the next POI. Yeah. Lonely Lodge, a pretty OG place, I would say. It had quite a good amount of chests around. It was just a nice place, kind of out a little far, but you back in the day when they had quad crashers and mobility was really an option, it was a good place to go. I think I'm gonna miss this place, but not extremely. It was just kind of okay. But I mean, that's all I have to say. I liked the tower back then. It's been there for forever, like this place is, and it's never really changed. This place, if we're being honest. Like at one time there was a speculation that it was going to turn into like a Jurassic kind of thing during season 5, I think. Like, you know, with dinosaurs and all, that would be kind of cool, but not really. Didn't turn out that way whatsoever. Yeah, that's all I have to say on Lonely Lodge. Not much to say, really. On to the next one. Retail Row, boys. A very well-known place. Got a little bit ruined when they added the zombies, of course, but you know, during this season because of the rift zones. A very cool place. Has the iconic doghouse, as you all should know, I would think, because, well, people really like doghouse, and doghouse is cool because dog. Anyways, it was very weird because at one time they had a whole, what's it called? They had the Durr Burger here and the Tomato Town thing, which was interesting. Yeah, I like this place just because it was just more of just like a nostalgia thing, really. I feel like that's what a lot of these places are to me, but they still have a place in my heart. Yeah, that's all I have to say on Retail Row. Moving on to the final POI. Alright, boys, the final destination is Moisty Palms. It was originally Moisty Mire, which back in the day nobody really cared about, but when we knew it was going to get taken out, everyone started getting upset, which was weird, but you know, that's just how people worked. It turned into Paradise Palms during season 5, and also we lost we lost prison, I think, during that season, if I'm not mistaken. Paradise Palms became a very nice, well-known location. It had lots of loot. It was a very good location, but with the Rift Zone during season 10 that turned into Moisty Palms, you can now become a prop, which kind of ruins it for some people, but I think it was a nice place. And even with the props, I still think which was a cool idea. I still think it was done in the right kind of game. I don't think they should have done it in the Battle Royale. Maybe it's a fun LTM or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Moisty Palms. And on to our honorable mentions, which are basically, they're not POIs, but they're places that should be mentioned. On to our first honorable mention, which is the Kevin the Cube Island, which before was just the island top from, lake, but now they've kind of made it different, just to bring it back. They'll have a little bit of a spin like they do with all the Rift Zones. It's kind of the reason for even like a good amount of our things. Like it lasted to like, let's see, Kevin ended up rolling around all of season 5. Then eventually season 6 we had the butterfly thing, and it was a very interesting thing. Kind of underwhelming with its first appearance, its first live event, but it was very well made up in season 6. It's just, everyone will miss Kevin the Cube, I'm sure, just like we did when he first left us. And yeah, that's it for him. He still has like some of the parts from the house actually, so just they added some small stuff like the burger and all that. But yeah, that's Kevin the Cube. On to our next honorable mention. Alright, boys, our next honorable mention is the Meteor. It was stopped in time from the visitor, or whatever one it was. It was just like this cool little area at the big street from the rift that it came in. You can kind of see aroundness of it. Had the little thing inside. If I can find the entrance to that'd be great while I'm talking. It was a very cool idea to have. I think it really struck everybody by surprise to even see something remotely like this. It kind of changed how we played it. There is the thing. This is where the visitor was from, I would think, because, well, I don't think the scientist could fit its body in there. But yeah, that's the Meteor. Had the cool thing with the anti-gravity. But yeah, very cool. I am glad we got something like this, because this is shown like right before it hit Dusty and all. And yeah, that's that. Our next honorable mention is to the skeleton of the monster that was killed by the mech, which started flying to the sky. My lord, I never even realized how many there really are when it comes to this. Anyways, this is where we had one of the most legendary Fortnite live events there is, where we had this little memory of it, the sword that came out of Neo Tilted, and the monster that came from Polar Peak. And yeah, that's really all about it. It wasn't very good, except for the fact that there was a lot of stone you could get, and there were a decent amount of chests, but not an amazing amount. That's all I have to say about this. On to the next honorable mention. Alright, so this one, you guys might not have much of a care for this place, but for me, it was my original scrim drop. I went here anytime I was doing arena to always try to go for placement points, because I thought, well, that just worked out. It's also where Gears, he got messed up and couldn't get out his baller which caused him not being able to qualify for World Cup, which is a rip because he's a good YouTuber. Yeah, it had quite. I knew this place like the back of my hand. I eventually switched to a different drop place, but in the end, I love this place. This will definitely be sad to see it go. I will be sad to see it go. On to the next and final honorable mention. Alright guys, this is the final honorable mention, and you guys might not have a care for this place either, but to me, this is was my new scrim drop, and this was the last place I started doing scrims before I stopped really doing those things. I probably would have been doing this if I got to play more in the NorCal Customs, or just whatever customs I was playing. I came here. Yeah, this place was very well, had so much loot you could get, you know, all the wood and the metal, you could just mostly from the fences, and then you could probably look around for stone. But, yeah, I really like this place. I learned from my friend Sandfish. Yeah, that's all I have to say about this place. I'm gonna miss it. And that's all I have to say, because that is my Fortnite, Season 10 farewell to this map.